You might remember the classic film Megamind that was basically stapled into meme culture.
So, you're the punk I've heard about.
Starring Will Ferrell, Jonah Hill, and a bunch of other characters as well. The original Megamind film came out 14 years ago, and now, finally, we actually have a confirmed Megamind sequel. The only problem being the Megamind sequel looks inferior to the original in every single way, which is amazing because we've basically progressed 14 years worth of animation, and it just looks terrible. It looks absolutely abysmal. Now, Megamind 1 came out the 5th of November 2010, and that was made by DreamWorks, distributed by Paramount, and it had a budget of $130 million. For a film back then, that's pretty decent, especially for an animated film. Now, we all know DreamWorks created mostly out of spite for Disney. One of the Disney execs left and then started DreamWorks with films like Kung Fu Panda, Shrek. But unfortunately, like every single company that gets pretty big, they become sloppy. If you look at any mainstream franchise that DreamWorks have made, chances are there's a spin-off show or some kind of like TV series, and it's not very good. Kung Fu Panda has one, How to Train Your Dragon has one as well, and there are many others. Do you remember years and years ago when I made like an MLG Shrek video and you see Shrek and he turns around and he goes, "Oh, hello there.
Shrek here."
That was actually from the DreamWorks YouTube channel, and it basically has the same animation quality, nowhere near as good as the films. I need to get into Megamind 2 because personally this hurts, because Megamind 2 in the past couple of years has definitely resurfaced. It's been reborn like a phoenix from the ashes because of, you know, the meme culture around it. But on top of that as well, it's actually a really good film because it's a complete subversion of the superhero trope, where the superhero isn't bad, he's just incredibly melancholic and lazy, which would probably happen to most people if they were given superpowers with the ability to do anything.
You look lonely.
If they ended up saving the world for like the 700th time, they'd probably become very apathetic and depressed. I mean, there's actually another film that came out a little bit before that called Hancock with Will Smith. The ratings for the film aren't that good, and the film is incredibly short, but I do recommend it because, again, it's interesting to look at a superhero that isn't an anti-hero or a bad guy. They just don't care. Now, Megamind has been announced on the Peacock streaming service. If you haven't heard of the Peacock streaming service, I'm genuinely not surprised. It sounds like one of those pirate channels that comes up when you buy like a Roku or something. And their plan is to release a Megamind film, Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate, which again has like 2002 animation. It just looks so vapid and dry. And on top of that as well, they're also going to release a series of episodes called Megamind Rules. And that's going to be 8 episodes and each one around 22 minutes. Now, to be devil's advocate here, I do want to say I'm pretty sure Peacock, the streaming service that's owned by NBC Universal that no one has ever heard of, they probably don't have the $130 million budget that DreamWorks had when they made the original film. But that being said, is like the budget a firm handshake? Because these visuals, how can you like have something come out 14 years later and it looks worse in every single way? Everything looks so drab. I don't want to say the word soulless because I know that is just such a huge buzzword that has no foundations of what it means. I really would like an expert to look at this to explain why does it look so much worse than the original film? Is it the rendering? Is it the shading? Is it the lighting, the coloring? Because everything compared to the film looks so flat. And also the icing on the cake, none of the original voice actors are returning. So Will Ferrell will not be voicing Megamind, which was the entire point of having Megamind in the first place. Instead, he's going to be voiced by Keith Ferguson. Now, I had no idea who he was until I looked him up, but he actually voiced Blue in Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. So now I actually have to say that he's a pretty good voice actor, or I'm probably going to have the lynch mob after me. Now, I'm sure that he does a great job. He does a great job impersonating, but again, that is another telltale sign that they do not have the budget here because of the fact that, you know, they couldn't get Will Ferrell back. Another good example, even though it has nowhere near as bad as animation, is the What If series that Marvel are doing. Now, What If is basically an alternate timeline of Marvel. You know, what if Le Infinity Stone was Le Evil? It's basically just little twists and seeing how they branch off from there. What if Thanos was Le Good? It really is as simple as that. But most of the main cast are there. Like, for example, Mark Ruffalo, that voiced the Hulk. But when you get to the more higher paid actors like Robert Downey Jr., Captain America, what's his name again? Chris Pratt.
What?
And Scarlett Johansson, they have imitators. It's not actually them, probably because they asked for so much money. And then Disney went, no, I don't think we will. We're not going to give you that money. And they probably did the same thing with Will Ferrell. Or maybe they just didn't even offer him in the first place because they knew that whatever he was going to ask for was probably the entire budget and then some. Now, there has been other Megamind media, you know, after the film. I think there was a short film that came out a year later, but there was also a movie tie-in game. And if we look at this, you can actually see that the movie tie-in game from 2010 looks better than the Megamind sequel that is, you know, set to come out in like a couple weeks. That is actually insane. How does it actually look worse? But before that, I have some amazing news. I did an event last year called the Insomnia Gaming Festival in Birmingham. It was a great experience. I decided to make him a custom plushie of his TV head soda. He had his assistant come up to me and say, he doesn't take fan gifts. So good, in fact, I'm doing it again. And definitely not because they are paying me hundreds of thousands of dollars to do so. So I'm going to be in Birmingham between the 29th and 31st of March. So that's essentially me at Insomnia for 3 days doing a meet and greet. Now, I know many Pyro fans don't like leaving the house. I need some kind of incentive. So we are selling exclusive merch at the meet and greet as well. This will be for Insomnia 72. And also on top of that, because I'm feeling extra generous, we're going to do a free giveaway. This includes 3 pairs of weekend tickets. And on top of that as well, a free hat from the brand new merch collection. All the details for the giveaway are down in the description. But yeah, I'm going to be in Birmingham between the 29th and 31st of March for the Insomnia Gaming Festival. I do want to apologize ahead of time that it does take place in Birmingham. I cannot guarantee your safety. Now, I don't mean to sound cynical here. Tee-hee, laugh out loud. But, you know, we are unfortunately in the generation of remakes now. Everything is being remade, for better or for worse. I mean, like, for example, The Last of Us, it's had like 7 remakes. They'll remake it like 3 times on one console and then like 2 times on the next one. Another example is like, look how many times Skyrim has been re-released. Now, I do want to say there are some good instances of re-releases and remasters. Like, for example, the Tomb Raider games. The original 3 Tomb Raider games on PlayStation 1, they're actually being remastered with a graphics setting that you can change on the fly. That's coming out in like a week. I'm actually really excited for that. But video games and films, they will always be remade. People don't want to look into new IPs because it isn't safe. So instead, they'll go into the backyard, dig up, you know, like the proverbial family dog with the shovel. How is that like moving a shovel? What is that? It's like moving an oar or something. And then they'll revive a franchise that no one asked for. And it sucks with Megamind because it came a meme probably like 12 years after it came out, to be fair. But because of that, it almost became like a heritage site. And now they have completely ruined it because they just want more money. It is just really sad how many franchises are being dug up, or like, you know, they just get these poor imitations. I mean, a good example that no one actually talks about, Breaking Bad. I know. If you want to click off the video, I totally understand. Breaking Bad had Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul was amazing. It also had El Camino. It's all right. It just doesn't really have a lot of rewatch value. But then what a lot of people don't know about is Better Call Saul actually had a spin-off of a cartoon series that was meant to be like, I guess, that kind of a Netflix Big Mouth thing. And it was just awful. It was trash.
There's 4 of us, and then I take 3.
He's trying to make us do math.
Get it?
And they knew it was bad because they tried to hide it afterwards. I'll tell you what, if this video gets 100,000 likes, which it definitely won't, I will do an in-depth review and retrospective of the Megamind film and the Megamind TV series and the new Megamind film. Okay, that's a tall order. Don't like this video. That's reverse psychology. Have you guys seen this? Megamind 2 came out. By the ratio, it's not very good. All right, let's watch this.
Hello, loyal viewers. For those who are just joining
Okay, I can already tell that's not Will Ferrell.
I'm kind of a big deal.
And you're welcome.
This looks so bad. Is this a film or a TV show? The animation looks so much worse.
So careful with that.
From DreamWorks
Oh, this looks
Animation.
terrible.
And still think I'm a villain.
How is it a film? This animation, it looks like something you see on like Disney XD. It just looks like a film that's got every single checklist on it. Oh my god, they're franchising my boy. That is rough. Like, how does this look worse than... It also does that thing that like Disney XD shows do, like kids shows, where like the backgrounds are just completely dead. Like the entire city is just empty. I hate that so much. Paw Patrol level animation. Okay, true. It actually is on the same level as Paw Patrol. It's got a smaller budget than Has Been Hotel, probably. It's just the backgrounds always look so stale. It's like I'm watching Invincible or something. Invincible is an amazing show, but if you look at the backgrounds of Invincible when watching it and it's not a fight scene, the backgrounds look absolutely awful. I remember this one scene where you've got like Omni-Man and his wife just like sat in Italy, like, you know, sipping a coffee or something, and the background is absolutely terrible. It just looks so bland. Someone said PlayStation 1 Skybox. Yeah, it looks rough.